What's up, everybody? Welcome to a video today here on Charleston Car Videos. A video that I'm going to be talking to y'all about a situation that happened today, and I kind of want to explain a little bit of it to you. So stay with me. We're going to talk about two particular deals that have gone down in the last day or so, and how we hopefully can overcome the situations that have happened. So stay with us. This is going to be a very special video today on Charleston Car Videos. All right, everybody. So thank you for joining us today on the channel, and we're going to kind of be inside this car for a moment, cruising around the car lot out here at the Auto Buy Center. And you know, any given day, man, the used car business is definitely up and down. But you know, lately, your boy Chad here has been doing pretty good. Been selling some cars, making a little bit of money, and you know, the dealership in general is doing pretty good. But one thing for sure, folks, in the used car business, used cars are used vehicles, and they do have some issues from time to time. But what I'm going to talk to you right now, I'm going to show you here, is a vehicle that we've had on the car lot now for quite some time. It's coming up right outside this window here. That car right there, see that vehicle there? That is a Nissan Xterra. Okay, as you can see, it's kind of parked back here by the mechanic shop right now. And I'm going to kind of explain the reasoning on why the Xterra isn't parked up front and why it's parked in the back right now on a Saturday afternoon. So anyways, a salesperson here at the dealership, there's only a couple of them, but one of the salespeople here at the dealership had a customer today looking at the Xterra. And the customer actually was buying the Xterra. The customer was up front with the car. The sales guy was putting the tags on the car, and the customer was buying the vehicle. And yeah, the customer had bought the Xterra. Also, another vehicle we'll be talking about today is the Dodge Ram truck sitting right over there. If you can see the Dodge Ram, right about right there's that Dodge Ram. And that Dodge Ram made its way back to our dealership yesterday. And there's a story I'm going to tell you about the Dodge Ram as well, but I think I might actually hold off on that story until another video. So let's just talk about the Nissan Xterra for a moment. We were busy today, really busy, and I had sold two vehicles today already. I sold a Ford F-150 truck this morning, and then later in the afternoon I had sold a Suzuki SX4 little crossover car. And with that being said, our friend inside had been selling the Nissan Xterra, and he had already sold one car this morning that was a customer of mine that I had been chatting with online that didn't ask for me when they got here, and I helped close that deal with him, and he got that deal and sold it. And then he had got his second deal today, which was the Nissan Xterra. So me and Mike Tyson were doing really well, and we were selling cars. Basically, we would have had at least a 4-car day today. I think right now we're at a 3-car day. But Mr. Chad here pretty much, I guess, somewhat spoiled the deal for Mike Tyson. And I do kind of feel bad about the whole situation and how it went down, because you know, I'm one that likes to preach and tell you what you should do in the car business and what you shouldn't do. And I feel kind of like a little bit of a hypocrite today, because I should have taken my own advice on that. So I'm being man enough to actually talk about it and put a video out on the public web on YouTube here for all my viewers to see. Okay? I'm sorry, Mike Tyson, for what had happened today with the Nissan Xterra. But here's the situation. The Nissan Xterra has been here at our car lot for probably well over 90 days. It was here around the time I started here, which was back in October, and we haven't been able to sell it. And one day I had a guy named Kevin that came in, and he wanted to buy it. And he said, I've had Nissan Xterras before. and he says, I'd really like to buy this one. And we went to get inside the Xterra and it would not crank up. And Kevin said, I know what's wrong with it. I said, well, what's wrong with it, Kev? He said, the Nissan Xterra won't crank up because it needs the crank sensors replaced. So Kevin left and I went and talked to the mechanic at our store and I told him the situation. I said, this guy wants to buy it, but you know, these crank sensors have to get replaced on it first. So the mechanic actually looked online and seen that Nissan Xterras were kind of well known for these crank sensors going bad. And I guess there was a forum or somewhere online he learned this at, and other people were having a problem. So there's 2 crank sensors on the vehicle supposedly. He went ahead and replaced one of them, thinking that would fix the problem. Well, guess what? It didn't fix the problem because the vehicle still, after we put a new crank sensor on it, was still doing the same thing. It was not cranking up. So that was like last month, maybe even a month and a half ago. So even today, the vehicle still kind of acts weird and doesn't crank up. So the mechanic tells me, Chad, it's not the crank sensors. It's something wrong with the security system on the vehicle. You gotta hit the buttons properly on the remote, you know, do this, do that, and it'll crank up. Well, let me tell you, I've played with the remotes. I've tried out doing this, doing that, playing with these remotes of this car to see if the security system really is messed up. And I hate to say it, but I don't think so, because I've tried it and it doesn't work. So like I just said, I've tried the security system thing and it just doesn't seem to crank the vehicle up. Well, lo and behold, my uncle comes up here 2 nights ago, wants to buy the Xterra. The damn thing wouldn't crank up. My uncle had the money to buy it. Seriously, wouldn't crank up. My uncle came back yesterday. He said, hey, did you get it fixed? Nope, didn't get it fixed. So guess what? My uncle said, you know what? I'm not buying that car. And guess what? My uncle never came back. He hasn't bought a car from me, unfortunately. Well, today, this guy, these Mexican people, it's a Mexican family, okay? Nothing against Mexicans, but these Mexican folks come up here and, you know, they're looking at the Xterra and they want to buy the Xterra, right? And guess what? Guess what? This is how I screwed up. Porter's up there, Mr. Mike Tyson, he's up there, he's working his deal, he's finally sold it, he receipted the money in, the customer has bought the Nissan Xterra. For some reason, the Xterra cranked up today, and he was in the mood, boy, he's rolling, he's going, bam, he sold the Nissan Xterra, right? Oh man, exciting moments for Mr. Mike Tyson, getting a little punch-out action going on, right? Sold the Xterra. So anyways, I'm excited, I'm moving around, I'm talkative like I am, and I'm up front, and Mike Tyson's up front with his customers, putting the tag on the back of the car. I walk up to his customers, I'm like, thank you so much, wow, you bought the Nissan Xterra, I can't believe it's sold, it's been here forever. I said, I hope y'all get that crank sensor fixed on it, you know, because from time to time that car won't crank up and it could leave you stranded, so make sure you get it fixed after you leave today. Oh, damn it. I spoke too fast. I just told his customers that the crank sensor is bad and it could leave you stranded. Ooh, not a good thing to tell somebody that's buying a car. Well, you know, I went back to selling my car and doing my paperwork with my customer in the office, and I figured Mike Tyson was cool. The people already paid. They're going to leave. They'll get the crank sensor fixed and, you know, go on their happy way. They got a great car. Well, about 15 minutes go by, and I'm in the office in there with the guys, and Mike Tyson walks in. He's a little bit upset with me, and next thing you know, the guys that own the store kind of upset with me, and basically, I just made a deal get rewound. Basically, rewound means the customer wants their money back right now because they're not buying a car that's going to leave them stranded. They're not going to buy a car that's not going to crank up. And they got lucky because if they would have pulled off into the highway out there today after paying and leaving, if they would have left here today and went past that sign out front, that Xterra would be theirs. And if they got down the street to put gas in it and it wouldn't crank up, they could call back, they could walk back, but they would not be getting their money back. It's a used car, folks. There's an as-is policy. There's paperwork you sign that states that the vehicle is as-is and you will fix it after buying it at the car lot. So once you leave, that's it. Deal done. Well, guess what? Those customers hadn't left yet. So technically, deal not done. And guess what? The owners gave them their money back that they just spent with us. Well, let me tell you, that wasn't good because Mike Tyson's out of a deal and the owners are out of a deal. And it's just not good. So, yes, I ran my mouth and kind of screwed that deal up. And I'm sorry, I really am. But, and I put a big but in there. Come to find out, one of the guys that owns the place told Mike Tyson to please let his customer know what was going on with the vehicle and the crank sensor or the security or whatever. I mean, he just told me this not too long ago. He said, I told Mike Tyson to let his customers know about that, and I was just going to let him handle that. And he said, Chad pretty much handled that for me. Mike Tyson didn't. And it kind of caused the deal to get rewound. So we're not gonna let that hold us back. We're still gonna continue to work hard and sell cars, and we do the best we can to make sure a customer knows about as much as they can find out on a car before they buy it. But as I say, I am Chad Dobier. I will try my best to let customers know what the situation is on the car before they buy it, so they'll know at least what they need to get done to it after they leave here that day. I cannot say the same for other folks. Other folks will sell you the car, take your money, give you your paperwork, put the tag on, and get you right on the street. And once you're on the street, I've seen it more than one time, you might be coming back because something went wrong, and guess what? You are SOL. So, just saying, maybe Mike Tyson should have explained more thoroughly to his customer what was going on with the vehicle before all of this went down. And that would have been probably the right thing to do, so the customer would have known, and then it wouldn't have seemed like a sketchy type thing where you got another guy out here telling you what's wrong with the car, and the guy you just been sitting here working with for an hour and a half didn't ever mention it. Just doesn't look good. Doesn't look bad on the dealership, but it can look bad on the store because you got a person that's technically working for the store that's being like that. So anyways, to each his own. But I would say to Mike Tyson, if you wanna have customers that come back and do business with you for more years to come, you're gonna need to be as honest and straight up with people as you can, and make sure you sell them a car and explain the situation properly. And I bet the customers would have brought the vehicle back and had the little sensor or had the security system fixed a different day. But he tells my customer, my kids are going to be eating ramen noodles all week due to that. And I guess Chad wants my kids eating ramen noodles. Man, we might have to put on the thumbnail of the video, Chad eating ramen noodles. Because let me tell you, bro, my kids, I'm going to figure out a way where they're not eating ramen noodles. I'm just saying. I'm not putting them salty things in my kids' tummies. Just saying. Mike Tyson, your kids don't deserve to be eating ramen noodles, bro. Make sure you do everything you can to make sure your kids have what they need, but do it the right way. Just saying. Anyways, that's my 2 cents on this whole deal. So, yes, I ran my mouth. Maybe I shouldn't have ran my mouth. And I tell you, don't interrupt. Don't get involved with another person's deal. And I'm sitting there doing it. And I screwed up. I really did. I really do know I shouldn't have interrupted and said anything to his customers at all. Because I have been preaching that to Mike Tyson since I've started working here, saying, hey, you do not interrupt or walk up on my customers while I'm with them. Just pretend you don't even know them. Seriously. That's like the rule in the car business. Really, it is, man. Have respect for your salespeople. Never roll up on them while you're working with a customer and try to interrupt or say, hey, I know you. Hey, what's up? You're my cousin. None of that stuff. If I'm working with a customer and you think they're your cousin or somebody you know, do not walk up and speak to them. Stay off. When the deal's done, then if you want to walk up and say hello to your family member or whoever is buying a car from me, then go for it. But do not do that during the time where I'm trying to sell the car. You know, I've had him do that several times and wiggle his way into a deal. So, you know, hey, what goes around comes around for sure. But I'm sitting here doing the same thing. I didn't wiggle into the deal, but man, I wiggled him out. So I'm sorry, Mike Tyson. I do apologize to you for that happening today. And I'm sorry. All right, everybody. We'll see you soon. Put your thoughts and comments in the comments section. If you were a car salesman, how would you deal with this deal? Would you whoop my ass? Would you do what Mike Tyson did? Would you do what I did? What would you do? Just saying. Would you sell somebody a car and know that it might leave them stranded on the side of the road? Or would you tell them what's going on with it and fix it and then put them on the road in it? Let me know. I'm curious. Thanks so much, guys. We'll see you soon. I'm Chad, and I'm signing out.
So this week I made a video. Oh boy! Yeah, I think everybody's seen.